Welcome to Stuff's Wrap from the fifth day of racing in the Louis Vuitton Cup final, officially day 6 if you're counting it that way. An interesting day. He's Joe Pearson, I'm Todd Nile, and finally, in Sir Ben Ainsley's words, something did give, and we've broken the deadlock. And after 2 races today, both have gone to Ineos Britannia, who now lead the series 6-4 and need just one more race to become the challenger for the America's Cup. These were a couple of pretty hard-fought duels today, eh?
Very rough conditions. The sailors were certainly put through their paces today. I mean, we saw the boat skimming the water several times. Didn't really see a big splashdown, a few sort of skims, but nothing dramatic really compared to yesterday, of course, with the nosedive. But it was a big day for Britannia, obviously, going 2 points ahead and only 1 race away from winning the Louis Vuitton Cup, and it means they're on the verge of the America's Cup match race for the first time in 60 years, which is obviously a significant moment in their sailing history. And they seem pretty confident as well now. I think it's the first time we saw Dylan Fletcher let out some emotion on the boat. He's quite a cool, level-headed sort of character in interviews, doesn't give much away, but he let out a yes lads when they crossed the finish line, and
really went for it.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So, and Ben Ainsley too as well, having a bit of a crack back at the Italian media, who were implying that the British couldn't win unless the Italians faltered. So, yeah, another eventful day, and finally we've got someone who's got an advantage, and it looks like, based on how close these races have been, it's Britannia's to lose.
Yeah, I mean, interesting conditions today. Strong winds, not top-end winds, but the sea was really messed up. It wasn't a nice, even, steady swell. There were chops and bits of wave everywhere. And it caught a few of them out at times, didn't it?
It did, but we're still seeing a race between 2 boats who were so close in almost every way, really. And it is only one mistake that seems to be deciding the whole thing, and who crosses the start line first. And again, I think there was no more than 200 metres between them in that second race, when Luna Rossa were doing everything they could to chase them down, and Britannia were a little bit shaky through the final legs, but they just did enough to defend their lead. And we've got a reserve day now for them, everyone to cool off and relax after an intense 5 days, including that first abandoned day we had as well. So yeah, a bit of a time for rest and reflection, I think, before the deciding day.
Yeah, and of course, while we've been getting excited and biting our fingernails, everyone, Luna Rossa and Ineos Britannia, both putting out those kind of chilled, no big deal messages. Francesco Bruni saying, no, they don't need pep talks. They just go out and take it race by race. I suppose for us it's hard to believe, but I guess that's the way they have to operate.
Absolutely, these are professional sportsmen at the top of their game, and as is the case nowadays, we do get a lot of the cliches, which we've just heard in the mix zone, of course, but yep, it's still close between them, but at last Britannia have their nose in front. Yeah,
every day somebody said the next race has got to be a must-win race for somebody for some reason, but when we come back, it is a must-win race for Luna Rossa. If they don't win the next one, they do not get to have a crack at the America's Cup. So join us after day off tomorrow. Friday, we'll be back. Join us for an intriguing and hopefully decisive day in the Louis Vuitton Cup final.